Hi, I'm Mike Jeans. I'm president of New Directions, and today I'd like to talk to you about corporate boards, and in particular, how you should do your due diligence, do your homework before accepting an invitation to join a board. The board is going to do its homework on you, so it's just as important, perhaps more so, that you have done your diligence before saying yes to join a board. I suggest you ask three questions of yourself. First off, is this worth doing? Can you make an impact? Am I going to be satisfied with what I'm doing? Is it really worth doing? Secondly, ask, is this going to be any fun? You have to show up for board meetings on a regular basis, and if it's not fun for you to do that, it's probably a good signal that this is not the right thing for you. And then third, is this going to hurt me? And that's the downside question that we often don't think about, except perhaps in terms of, could I get sued? But I will suggest to you that there are really three different types of risk that you have to be on the lookout for. The first one is financial risk. You could get sued and the potential liability of that, but that's easily mitigated with a good D&O policy. The second kind of risk is risk of time, and we often don't think about this. If you haven't asked the right questions, you may get into a situation where it becomes a great time suck for you. And the third type of risk is reputational risk. This is the biggest. If you were on the Enron board, as an example, I don't care how good you are, your reputation has been trashed. So, how do you do this due diligence? Let me suggest one question above all else that you ask when you're in a conversation about joining a board, and it's a very simple question. Tell me about your board. Just think of where that can take you. That opens up a conversation about a lot of things in terms of the company's business, the strength of the management team, the board structure, what the expectations the board has of members, both its current members and new ones to come on. How do you do due diligence? I'm going to suggest that there are three ways to do this. First thing is scour what public information is available. Study the company's website. Google the company, its directors, its officers. If you can get an analyst report, look at it. If it's a serious conversation, they may be willing to share with you things like board materials, board agendas, maybe even board evaluations. And then the third thing is you want to talk to people involved. Talk to as many members of the board as possible. In fact, meet the last director to join the board and ask that person, has this turned out to be the way you thought it was going to be? So, do your due diligence, do your homework, and fight the urge to say, yes, I accept the invitation to join a board until you've done your homework.